first met Dr. Robb, my impression of him was it was like a breath of fresh air because he just seemed really confident and really laid back and easygoing. He didn't seem pretentious. He wasn't trying to upsell me on things and tell me about his fancy new, machine that he had that could tighten and this and that. He wanted to stick to like good old-fashioned like surgical approach, very straightforward. And just very confident. I don't know another word to use. A lot of other surgeons seemed really iffy about, trying to treat someone my age. They told me I was too young to, be worrying about these things. But Dr. Robb just really was easygoing. So when I was looking for a plastic surgeon to address my facial concerns, I went to a lot of different consultations. I was looking online, I was reading reviews, I was doing FaceTime consultations, phone consultations, and I was hearing something different from everybody. A lot of surgeons seemed to be telling me what they could do for me versus what I needed. And I couldn't figure out what's the thing I need to get to the goals that I want. When I went to Dr. Robb, he was the first person I saw who was very confident and knew exactly what I needed. He told me confidently, yes, I have this procedure that's going to get you where you want to be, and you're a great candidate for it. And he felt great about doing it, which I loved, because some other surgeons had told me, well, you're really young, I don't know about this, maybe you should just do fillers and wait and see. And of course I didn't want to hear that. So Dr. Robb really put me at ease, made me feel like, he was the expert, I was in great hands, and I'm glad that I trusted him. I'm really glad now. So what I went to Dr. Robb for was basically I had a lot of kind of fullness in the lower part of my face. I had my son very young, at 23. After my pregnancy, I had a lot of facial volume loss, and I had a fat transfer to try to address that at about maybe 28. And I liked it, but there was still a lot of fullness down here. It just kind of seemed like the shape of my face was changing. I didn't know if the fat transfer had settled or what had happened. So I went to him to try to address kind of sagging along my lower jawline. He suggested a Deep Plane Facelift, which, I'm only 31. A lot of other people had told me, oh, I would never do a facelift on you. It's too risky. You're too young. And in retrospect, I kind of feel like those other surgeons were just afraid to operate on someone so young. Dr. Robb wasn't. He was confident from the get-go. And now here I am 3 months out, and the procedure was everything I hoped for. I got the results that I wanted. Dr. Robb and his team held my hand along the way. I had so many questions. I was texting at all times of the day, sometimes in the middle of the night. They never made me feel bad. They always were there for me. I've had plenty of follow-ups, and I felt really taken care of, and I'm glad that I'm at the end of the road now, and I'm so happy with how everything turned out. So for someone who's looking into any type of facial plastic surgery, I would say, first of all, be careful with who you choose, because some doctors only specialize in the face. Some of them do the whole body. That was one thing I loved about Dr. Robb. His expertise is really in facial plastic surgery. He knows the structure of everything that's going on in that area so well. Obviously, it's a complex area, and it's your face. It's not something you can hide. It's something you really, really want to be sure that you're trusting an expert with. So that was why ultimately I felt so comfortable with him. And I would really just advise, anybody who wants anything done, at least to consult with him so you can, hear his expertise. His personality is a great combination with that, because not only does he have all the knowledge and the skill, but he has the personality to not take advantage of you. That's really genuinely how I feel. I feel like he's a cool, good person. He's down to earth. His staff seems to love working for him. It's just a good energy in the building. It's a good culture. It's not somewhere where, you're going to get the expertise, but sometimes you get upsold on certain products or certain procedures, and he's just not like that. Everything is just down to earth and just genuine and trustworthy.